So thank you so much, guys, for taking the time to call on tonight. I really appreciate it. I'm so excited to have Jackie as our guest speaker tonight. I know we always start everything with recognizing people for hitting goals and everything. And Jackie really started this business and kind of just ran with it, as we were just talking about. She is definitely a runner in this business. She saw the potential. She has asked me several questions on how to be successful. She wanted to know all of the tools and knowledge that she needed in order to be great as a coach and to understand how to be successful in this. So, and that's proven through her success as a coach. So I'm really excited to hear from her and hear her perspective on things, because I just sit here and I'm just super proud of her. So, but yeah, so I'm excited for her to talk with all you guys. So thank you, Jackie. And does anyone else have anyone to recognize before we get started?
I would love to recognize Lisa and Carrie for hitting Success Club last month, because it was not an easy month for everyone. So I'm super proud of them. And Carrie is literally 1 emerald away from diamond. She's so close. And she has an active coach on both legs of her husband's account. So like when she hits diamond, she's going to be like sailing high to the moon to 1 star in no time. So I'm just really excited about what's going on there. So shout out to her.
Yay. Great job, Carrie. I know she's on the call, but we definitely need to give her a shout out. Love her. And I'm really happy for everything that her team is doing. And, you know, I have to give you guys all a shout out. My personally sponsored coaches on this call, Jackie, Lindsay, and Holly, you guys all hit Success Club last month. And like Lindsay is saying, it definitely was a challenging month for a lot of people. So congrats to that. You guys really have proven to be leaders in this business and have stepped it up and don't make excuses for yourself. So I'm so proud of all of you. So Jackie, yeah, I'll let you take it away.
Thank you, Heather. Before I get started, I do want to recognize Jessica. She is one of my newer coaches. Well, not that I've been doing this that long, but she's one of the newer people on my team, and she hit Success Club last month in her first month. So she is hopefully on the track to becoming an emerald and then also coming to summit. So I think that I wanted to get started just telling everyone a little bit about my story and how I got to the place where I was this summer when I reconnected with Heather and started doing Beachbody. I think everything really started when I was a kid. My parents we ate really poorly in my household. There was always sugar around, and my parents never exercised, and my parents smoked. And I remember like being in school and running, like you have to like run a mile, and all the other kids could do it, and I'd be like, oh. And then by the time I got to middle school, I was already starting to get heavy, and I could compare myself to other kids, and you know, I was already bigger than they were, and it was taking its toll on my self-esteem. I started participating in sports, but I wasn't, you know, as good as the other kids because I hadn't been doing it since I was a little kid. So I have a long history of comparing myself to others and really trying to keep my confidence up, but still on the inside, you know, never thinking that I was as good as other people in different ways. By the time I got to high school, I started doing like crazy diets. I mean, I was like, yeah, just crazy things to try to lose weight and stay somewhat in shape. And I started going to the gym, and I don't know, it just wasn't healthy. And then I went to college. I think when I was in college was the first time someone ever like outwardly called me fat, like to my face. And that was a really low blow. After I studied abroad my junior year, and when I came back, I think that was the first time my mom admitted that she saw that I had gained weight. So at the end of my senior year, I ended up losing some weight and keeping it off. And I moved down to Florida wanting to start fresh. I had I had lost about 15 pounds, and I had had a breast reduction because I was my chest was very large. So I had like kind of a new attitude, and I just really wanted to start fresh and start over in a new location. And so I came down here in 2004. And I joined the gym like the first day I got here, and I got a job at the gym. I mean, I was very determined to like be healthy. And 2 weeks after I moved here, I met someone, and we started dating. And at first he was trying to impress me. So he would come to the gym with me and he would play racquetball with me. But after a while, he started suggesting we do other things. Like whenever I was like, okay, I'm going to run to the gym and I'll be back in an hour or two. And he would be like, oh, well, why don't we do this instead? Or why don't we go to dinner? Or why don't we do this? So I let him. I mean, it was very manipulative. Like he knew what he was doing. And in the back of my mind, I knew what he was doing too. But I let him do it. I gave him that power, and I gave him that control. So I have to take ownership for that. But I was trying to make him happy, and I was trying to, I thought we were going to get married, and I don't know, I thought all sorts of things. So fast forward 8 years, and my weight's at an all-time high. I'm super unhappy. We're still not married. We don't have any kids. It was just a really bad time. And I started, I think the best thing that ever happened was that LA Fitness bought out the gym that I had like a free membership to. And they forced me to buy my own membership. I bought like a 3-year membership up front, and I started going every day. And I didn't care that he was like, we're doing this tonight, or we need to be home for dinner. I just stopped caring what he said. And I started doing things for me. And I lost 20 pounds, and it felt amazing. And it came from being consistent. Like I saw that my consistent efforts were paying off. And that was the first time that I had done something in a really healthy way. And so after a while I plateaued, and last June, I finally left him. It was probably one of the better decisions in my life. I left him, and yes, thank you. And I'd always loved Beachbody programs. I mean, I bought like Insanity on eBay one time, and I was doing that, and I had like hip hop abs a year before that. So I had been keeping my eye on the release of Size. And then I think earlier in the summer, maybe in June, Heather, would you say? June or July? Heather, I got this random friend request from Heather LaChance. And I started following all her posts, and they were so positive. And it was weird, but well, at the time I thought it was weird. I don't think it anymore, but every day I was looking forward to her posts. I was like, gosh, this girl is so positive. And I would like actively like scroll through my feed until I came to one of her posts, because I just needed that. Right? I do. It was awesome. And so when Size was released this summer, I mean, I had my eye on that for like months. And as soon as it was released, I messaged Heather like, hey, clearly you're a Beachbody coach. How would I order Size? I love Shanti. I love dancing. I want to get involved. And so Heather, she gave me all my options, and she presented the coaching opportunity to me. And I was like, I don't know, like maybe when I, start seeing some results, and maybe after I lose a few pounds, like I've been at a plateau for a long time. I wasn't sure yet about if it was going to work. And then, so that was the mid to end of July was when I signed up. And then a few days later, I went home to see my family up north. And I was doing Size like on my laptop, and I loved it. And I started thinking about why was I so hesitant to try it. Like clearly I was looking forward to Heather's posts every day. She was doing great. Like this wasn't some like stranger that, like that, oh, that only happens to other people. Only other people make these kinds of things successful. Like I've known Heather since, I don't know, you were 10 probably, like maybe younger. You're a real person. So, and I started thinking about it, and I was like, you know whose voice that was in my head telling me that I couldn't do it, that I wasn't going to lose any weight, I wasn't going to make any money, I wasn't going to be successful at this, was my ex. And I was like, said some not nice things. And I was like, forget it. Like, I am going to go for this, and I'm going to do it. And I'm going to I'm like, shut those voices down. And I'm going to be positive about this and do it the right way. So as soon as I got back from my trip, I messaged Heather and I was like, I'm ready. Like, I'm doing this. We're doing it, and we're going to do it. Like, we're going to go for it. And so I think I became Emerald in like 3 days. Like, as soon as I decided to go for it, I mean, I was like, I went to my warm market. I was like, you're my friend, you're my friend, you're my mom. Like, you guys I love this. You're doing it too. So, and they were like, yeah, sure. And that's really how it started. And then from there, I started devouring, like absolutely devouring all the professional development I could. I mean, as I'm a literacy coach, so I work in the public school system. I have my doctorate in education. Like, I know how to research. I am great at research. I'm great at learning. Like, I love it. I want all the information I can get on anything so I can fully understand it. And I think that's one of the major things that has helped me so far. Is, you know, I did the 5-day sneak peek. I did a 30-day Coach U. I did the Success 101 modules. I'm reading Compound Effect. Heather, you sent me a book. I'm watching YouTube videos that successful coaches have put out. I'm watching their feeds, like the successful coaches feeds. You know, anything I can get my hands on, I'm listening to, I'm watching, I take notes, like pages. I have like 25 of these like legal pads filled of notes that I take, and I review them. And I have a planner. One of the podcasts that I listen to is like, you need a handwritten planner. Like, none of this, like your iPad, your iPhone, you cannot have an electronic calendar. You have to write it down. You have to like live out of your calendar. So I started doing that and checking things off and making sure that I was, you know, doing what I was supposed to do. The daily behaviors, I wasn't doing that in August when I first started, and like, thank goodness for my warm market. In September, you know, I didn't make Success Club till the very last minute of September. I started doing the daily behaviors like probably midway through September for real. I mean, I was learning all the time, but the daily behaviors are what really started helping. And definitely the compound effect was something else. I mean, it was toward the end of September that I started getting messages from people that I hadn't talked to in years, just years, saying, you inspired me to work out today, or, you know, what are you doing? You look great. You know, we haven't talked in a while, but it's so inspiring to see what you're doing, and I want to know more. And these people, they're not liking my posts. They're not commenting on my posts on Facebook, but they are watching. They're definitely watching, and they're watching my consistency. So I think the compound effect is definitely like one of the biggest things that I've noticed. It's true. And it's also helped me hit my own like weight loss goals and like get past the plateau that I was on. I'm already seeing it there. So that's one of the bigger things that's helped me. And I kept emphasizing that to my one coach, that she hit Emerald right at the end of September. So I have two Emerald coaches under me right now. One, she got her husband and one of her friends to sign up, and she's not working the business again until the end of this month because of her other job. But my second Emerald coach, she was starting to get discouraged. She's one of those people that really wants to always do a good job and wants to like be the best at everything. And I was like, listen, you've got to believe in the compound effect. You've got to just stay the course, be consistent. And then right at the end, she, and you know, we were meeting and we were talking every day, and I was encouraging her. And right at the end, she did it. So that was really great. I feel like there's so many more things I want to say, but
yeah. No, this is so great. Honestly, thank you so much, Jackie, for sharing. One of the things I know that I'm interested in, I think that will be really helpful for everyone else on top of what you said, was how you felt so comfortable early on talking to people about the products, and even more so about the coach opportunity. Like, you brought on 2 brand new coaches very quickly, way quicker than I have. So like I hit Diamond, I've hit fast track Diamond as well, but I signed up my mom and Matt and got them to Emerald. Like, I didn't have any like real active coaches in the beginning. And I feel like after I hit Diamond and I gained that confidence and I felt like more like a leader, even though like I used them to get there, that's when I really started like getting momentum and getting coaches. So I'm interested in hearing from you, like what was it? Like, what was it about you? Is it your teaching background, or you felt comfortable talking to people, or was it just like your love for the product so much that you wanted to share them to the point that like it didn't matter? And
I think it's a couple things. Well, first of all, I am a coach, like I'm a literacy coach in my profession. So I'm really used to talking to people, to explaining things to people, helping them discover different whys for, why we do things. Not necessarily their why, but like giving them a purpose giving them a purpose and really understanding, not just like doing things just because, but really getting deeper in that sense. But I also thought about, the people in my life that were going to be coachable, and who were going to be leaders, and who I knew that I had worked with, I had good relationships with, that I could see wanting this opportunity, that would believe in it, and that needed it. There was I think, was it Keith that did a video about like there's like 4 things that you have to believe in to really be successful in this business. The first one, you have to believe in the products. And the second one, you have to believe in the business opportunity. And the third one, you have to believe in the leadership. And the fourth one, you have to believe in yourself. And it wasn't really until I started truly believing in myself that things started taking off for me. So yeah, I mean, when you start doing the professional development and really getting into it, you're going to start seeing the same messages over and over and over. And until you start believing them, like letting go of your doubts and stop fighting it, like trying to do it a different way, stop fighting it, just embrace it and believe in the things that the people who are already successful in this business are telling you. That's when things are going to happen. Until you believe that, it's going to be tough. So that's where I think my 2 Emerald coaches right now, that's what I need to focus on with them to move them forward. I don't think it's necessarily hard to get someone to Emerald. I think it's harder to sustain that and to build from there.
Absolutely. I think any coach can attest to that sustainability and growth is so important in this business, and how to deal with that. Like, I know I have a few coaches who have been really close to Diamond for a long time now, but it seems like they have those 4 on their legs and they're trying to build those Emeralds, and then all of a sudden someone will go inactive out of those 8 that they were counting on. And then it's like they feel so defeated because, they were so close, but yet they're not there. And I really think that that's one of the hardest things in this business. I remember the first time that I had someone cancel their Shakeology. Like, I literally thought the world was ending. I was like, I can't believe this. Like, this is getting me off track with my goals. Like, why are they not? And the other thing is, like, I love it so much. Like, literally, guys, like, I sometimes drink it twice a day. I don't understand how people don't drink it once a day. I'm like, what do you mean you don't like it? Like, what is wrong with you? Like, that's what I want to say to people. So it's upsetting to me because I was like, I just don't get it. And, but yeah, this is what the business is all about, is how to create that sustainability, I'm hoping the new training that we put together is going to help with that, as well as I know I had mentioned it a little while ago, but I'm going to remind people that I am creating this other thing starting next month, which is like basically a 30-day accountability group for Shakeology. It's all around Shakeology and creating loyal Shakeology customers, something Lindsay and I have both been working on. It's been in the works a little bit, I have to say, but I'm excited to finally make it happen because I really think it could change things for our team. Because obviously, as we know, this business runs around Shakeology. And on that note, I really want to take a minute to kind of let you guys know how you can kind of work around that, because it's something that I've really implemented it into my business lately. As you guys all know, I just hit 5-star diamond and now I'm 6-star qualifying. And I had people who literally were going to fall out because they were like, well, I just have too much Shakeology or blah, blah, blah. So I had them get a 3-day refresh. If you get a 3-day refresh full kit, that covers your personal volume for the month. So the person will stay active. It's really important to know. And also the new Beachbody Performance line is also something that will give them the amount of PV they need to stay active as well. So that's another thing that if someone's like, even if maybe they don't like the Shakeology, maybe you have someone who just wants a program because they're like, I just don't want Shakeology. Recommend that. Say, well, what about the Beachbody Performance? Have you heard about it? It's completely different. The recovery shake, I'm obsessed with. Honestly, even if they don't like the chocolate Shakeology, it tastes completely different. It's amazing. It tastes literally like Wendy's Frosty. Like, I'm obsessed with it. And there are other options as well. So that's definitely something to consider in order to give them other options. And talking about it away, I recommend trying the products first so you can actually speak to it instead of just come across like you're just trying to sell them something else. As you guys all know, being a product of the product and actually not just promoting it, but showing them like, this is something that I'm doing and I'm doing it because of this reason, will go a long way with people, I think. So those are just other options in order to, get people to continue with, at least having something come through monthly that they can stay active in your business. Does anyone have any questions for Jackie?
I don't have a question, but I sort of wanted to agree and maybe add to something that she said.
Yeah.
And, obviously, Jackie, you got 2 coaches very quickly. Mm-hmm. And I think sometimes what happens with new coaches is, and I did this for a little bit until Heather kicked me into shape, but I kind of hid behind discount coaches. I was like really good at signing on discount coaches. And I think in our minds, we think, okay, well then once I get the 4 legs, I'll figure out the emerald later. Because I'm kind of scared to talk about I'm just not there yet. I'm not there yet. But the truth is, imagine if right away you were a new coach and you had an active coach like right away. It would take so much pressure off because then you're building while they're building too. So getting to diamond would be a cinch, right? Because then you're already on your way to having that emerald instead of thinking of it as like, okay, I need these 3 discount, and then 2 emeralds. Like, it's kind of just an opposite way to think. Yeah. So I think that, because I did something similar. I think I made fast track. I started in February and was diamond by like March something. And that's the reason why is like you said, Jackie, I identified people in my challenge groups and I'm like, Sam is going to kick butt at this. She's doing amazing. Carrie, same thing. And I was like, I created a vision for them because I believed. I was like, guys, like, come on this train with me because I'm going to the top. Like, this is it. We're doing this. So let's do it together, And so to your point, I think believing in the business, believing in yourself and positioning yourself as that strong leader right away makes all the difference in the world. So great points, Jackie.
I think one of the early videos that I saw was about forming a team of 5. With 5 potential coaches under you. And I took that idea and I really thought about it for a while. I was like, who do I know that could benefit from this, who would really do well at it, who needs this opportunity? And so the 2 people that I have under me right now, those are part of my 5, and I thought long and hard about it. Like, it's true when you do the personal development and you watch all these videos and they say not everybody is going to do Beachbody and not everybody belongs, or not everybody's going to be successful as a coach, or not everybody's going to be a coach. It's true. It's really true.
Absolutely. And I think that's something that I definitely want to talk more, because as your leader, guys, I want to lead with the most honesty, integrity that I can. And to be honest, I'm successful in this business. I'll say that I'm the top 1% of the company, but I look back now and I don't want my team to do what I did, because I made those mistakes along the way. Like, I attracted people that honestly aren't great for this business. I didn't always do what you guys are talking about and look for people that were teachable, look for people that could benefit from this, look for people that would believe in this. It was kind of like I just wanted to talk to anyone that would even give me the time of day. And although I'm successful, I think you guys can do it in a way that allows you to, have the opportunity to not have to go through the struggles, because when you attract people that are like you and you attract people that are already going to be interested in this, it's going to make your life a lot easier, because they're not going to be the ones going in active all the time. They're not going to be the ones kind of wishy-washy saying that they want to do this, but then they really never do anything. So that's really something that I'm working on, and like something that I really want to bring to you guys and help you with. And I feel like Jackie is a really good representation of that. And, she's kind of mentioned that tonight through her words and what she feels like has made her successful as a coach, because I think it's really important to think about the business and to analyze it in a way to understand what to expect, to understand what it means to be a good coach, in order to like grasp that. And I think I just jumped in and was just like, I'm just going to talk about this with anyone, because I love the products. I believed in the opportunity before it even changed my life. And I was just sharing. But sharing with the right people, I'm realizing how powerful that is. So that's something that's really important. And I know there's several trainings on it. It's something that Keith Callahan talks about all the time. I'm not sure how many of you watched the call from last week if you weren't on it, but he really talks about like the 5 for 5, like you're saying, Jackie. And he was saying like, I'd rather only be like 7-star diamond and have like a lot of working coaches than a million discount coaches. And there is a lot of truth to that. You need discount coaches in your business. I'm not saying you don't. They're very important when you're growing your business. For instance, I don't know how many people realize this, but when you get to Star Diamond, like you can only qualify for Star Diamond when you have so many people in your downline. So like, it doesn't matter if I can't just have five diamonds in my downline. I have to have 25 people that are active as well. So those people are important. You still have to be growing your business and have a large business. But there is a lot of truth to, having quality over quantity for sure. And that's something to be aware of, and something that we should continue to keep talking about, so you guys can wrap your mind about it and not be scared about sharing the coaching opportunity right off the bat. I don't know how many people are looking in the chat, but I mentioned Bonnie Engel. And if you guys aren't following her yet, I highly, highly recommend it. This girl has been a coach 2 months longer than I have. And she is the top 10 in the company. Like, that's really insane, guys. Like, that's not easy to do. That means she started recruiting coaches from day one, just like Jackie did. Like, she wasn't scared of sharing opportunities. She understood that that's what makes you successful in this business. It's growing a tribe. She is working her ass off in order to do it. And I'm not saying you need to run at that speed to be successful at all, but I'm just saying get inspired by it, because the tool, like whatever she's doing is working, and you don't have to be moving at her pace, but how she approaches this opportunity, her posts, they're very genuine, how she attracts people to the coaching opportunity. I know Lindsay and I have talked about this a lot. She's not like, hey, become a coach. Like, she makes it like a lifestyle thing. One of her posts will be like in the car with her husband going away for the weekend, and she's like, I'm able to do this, or during the week, I'm able to do this because of my job. But things like that, where you don't have to just call it out and shock people. Like, they just get it naturally by the words and the inspiration that comes through that. So these are a lot of things to be talking about and thinking about throughout your business, over the next couple months and throughout that when you guys are trying to hit your goals.
I want to add to that, especially during the last couple weeks of September when things were starting to really take off. I worked a lot. I mean, I'm not going to lie. Like, I was crazy because I worked my regular day job and then I would come straight home and I would do Beachbody from like 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon until 10, 11, 12 o'clock at night. And then I would get up at 4 or 5 and start doing it all over again. So I think in the beginning when you're trying to grow and really trying to hit some of those first goals, you're going to have to work really hard. You're going to have to be a maniac. There was that one Scotty Hobbs video where he was like, I would sleep in my car for an hour and then go do it again. And I would, like, it's true. There were, especially last week, there were nights that I got like 3 or 4 hours of sleep because I had people to talk to. I had things to do. I had posts to do. I had to work out, and I still had to work out every day. So
absolutely.
It was easy, but it was worth it.
Absolutely, and it will continue to be worth it. And again, something I'm trying to work on as your leader is being okay with sharing this, guys, because it's a scary thing. Like, I'm still scared to share with people how much time I spend on this business, because it's honestly one of the questions people ask from day one. I don't have time. How am I going to do it? And I don't want to scare people away in the beginning, but at the same time, what I'm learning, and again, attracting people like you, attracting people who are going to be very successful. This business is a numbers game as much as it is understanding who's in front of you and if they're going to run with this business. And what I'm learning is, as scary as it is, because you don't want the person to run the other way. If they run the other way, then they were never going to be a runner in the right direction anyway. And I get chills saying that because I still don't want to accept it. I don't, because I believe in this opportunity so much. I know how much it can change someone's life, and I want them to give it a chance to realize that that's possible. And that's really where it stems from for me. It's a really good place. It's not because I just want to grow my business and become 15-star diamond. It's not because it's because I truly think that this is one of the most amazing opportunities in the world, and I want them to see that. And I feel like if I tell them, you have to be working these insane hours for at least a year in order to be successful, they won't even give it a chance. So I'm trying to find the balance in that, and I encourage all of you guys to find that balance too. Jackie's right. It does take hard work. If you're a disciplined person, if you can plan your time, you can definitely find a balance and a schedule, in order to make all of this happen. I know it's harder for moms. I'm not going to pretend that I can relate to that. I don't have children. I will say I do have a busy life, though. I have a lot of other stuff going on. And I think the biggest thing and what it comes down to is not time necessarily, it's excuses. So those 30 minutes, don't watch television, really. Guys, I haven't owned a TV in 2 years. Like, I don't even care. It doesn't bother me. Like, I don't know. I mean, I've never been obsessed with television, but like, one of our other guest speakers a couple weeks ago said, I was watching my favorite show, and then I said to myself, what is me watching Housewives of Atlanta going to do for my family? An hour working on your business, forming with people, changing people's lives, growing your income is going to make a difference for your family. And she decided, as a mom, even though that time's not going towards my children, it is, because it's going to changing our lives. And I think that's where the mind shift has to happen, guys. Like, you need to understand, like, I'm not being a shitty mom by working out every day. I'm not being a shitty mom by taking the time, or a person in general, whatever it is that you're like taking time away from in order to make this happen for you and your family. Like, you have a vision. You understand what's possible. I'm telling you guys, I'm no one special. Lindsay Matway is no one special. Bonnie Engel is no one special. Anyone can be successful in this business, and that's the truth. And I believe it. Like, I believe it more than I've ever believed it, because it's happening to me, guys. Like, when I look at my income just from a year, like from September to September, and I'm scared shitless to write a post about it because I've never done it. I get scared to share numbers, but numbers are what inspire people. Numbers are what change people's life, guys. People work for a reason because they need money to survive, because they want to give their family, the life that they've always dreamed of. They don't want to have to live paycheck to paycheck. God, I'm sure we all know what that feels like, and it sucks. I know what it feels like. I know what it feels like to be in a lot of debt. And that's why I want to share things like this with you guys and with other people, and why I believe in this opportunity so much. because I'm experiencing that transition and that positive change in my life. So again, taking all of this in, taking what Jackie is saying and the things that she has applied to her business and the reason why she believes in it, and believing in this opportunity and not being scared to share anything with people because you really understand that this is something that could be life-changing for them. Sorry, I kind of got off track there, but does anyone have anything else to add? I don't know who just joined on, Jessica.
I was just going to say too, I think, with limited time, it's also about where you focus that time. I think that there's a lot of shiny objects in this business, and there's a lot of trainings to watch, and there's a lot of things that we could be focusing on. Sometimes things that we want to focus on that excite us, but might not be the thing that's going to move our business forward. So I think even beyond making the time, it's about, like, even if you only have 1 hour in the day, it's knowing what to spend that 1 hour doing. Because you can be productive and efficient in this business without working a gazillion hours. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like there's ways of doing it, That's
Absolutely. I mean,
sorry, I have distractions, so I can't finish my thought.
I mean, absolutely. And I mean, I just don't want to act like I'm a professional in that, because I'm absolutely not. But I mean, there are people like Melanie Mitro has a down pack. Like, she is amazing at time management. She has videos on it. So if this is something that you guys feel is a struggle of yours, I highly recommend you to follow her YouTube page and watch her videos on time management, because I think she honestly does it better probably than any coach in the corporation. And if there's other coaches that are doing it well, it's probably because they're in her downline. Because she just is really such a big person with schedules and a routine, and she's great at it. From my knowledge, obviously, we're not like best friends, which I wish we were, but from my knowledge. And Scotty Hobbs is another one, guys. If you guys aren't following him, wow. I mean, this is a woman-driven business, but this guy blows my mind every time I watch one of his videos. He's super inspiring. He gets it. He understands it. And he's one of the most family-orientated people that you will ever meet in your life. And even if you're not a mom or parent yet, that's a really inspiring story as well. So I highly recommend following him as well. You guys are cute. So yeah, I mean, that's really all I have for you. Jackie, again, I really appreciate you being on the call tonight. I don't think you understand how much it means to me. I really am so proud of you and so happy you reached out to me that day and put your trust in me and took a chance on this opportunity, because I see how it's already really positively changing your life. And I'm so excited for what is to come for you, for sure.
Thank you, Heather.
Yeah. Alrighty, well, thank you guys so much for calling in. I will try to download this tonight. It takes forever, but if not, I will post it in the morning too, so everyone else can watch it that hasn't been on the call. So thank you. I love to see all your things.
Before you go, was anybody on the call this morning? I put this on the page, but nobody replied to me. But
I liked it. I just haven't been able to read it yet.
Carl Deichler this morning did this thing where he wants us to talk to 3 people each day or add 3 people each day, but he wants you to make groups, text groups, and text each other and be like, hey, have you got your 3? Have you got your 3? So that's something I'm interested in doing. I don't know, I think for me, accountability really, really helps. So if anyone's interested in doing that, I can't text myself, so I need something to do it with me. So what did she say? What did the rest of that say?
Sorry, that probably didn't make sense at all. I just meant, how we have the boom for Challenge Pack posts? Maybe we do something with that so that you can check in with it once you have your 3.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I like that, because I think it's a great idea. It was such a good call this morning. I was listening to it on my car ride to my client's house.
Well, he's ridiculously inspiring anyway.
Yeah, anytime he was on Facebook Live, and so he was doing all this quirky stuff that I couldn't see because I was driving and listening on the phone. But it was really, really good, and kind of got me fired up to do that and to just be accountable to do that.
Absolutely. Let me look into it more, Holly.
Yeah,
And
he posted
I'll
like a
start something, whether it's in the team page or I create another page. I don't know, whatever I feel like is best. I know another page is always hard for people because they're already parts of a million pages. But yeah, let me.
He said if we do it and we do it through the end of the year, then we'll have 250 people on our
Wow.
list. And he said that will carry you through. He's like, because he's like, come just January 1st, people are going to be like flocking to you. So
yeah, I'll definitely. I need to listen to the recording, but I'll read your post too, and I'm definitely interested in doing it. We just have to decide how we're going to implement it.
Yeah.
If we do texting, I just have to do WhatsApp because that's the only way for me to text with you guys. But which is a great app, by the way. I would love all you guys to download it so we can text at any time because I always get sad.
Hey, that's what the French guy wanted me to download.
Yeah.
I have WhatsApp.
WhatsApp is
I
the best,
blocked him
guys.
too, by the way. I saw him and I looked at his page and I'm like, no. There was another guy I blocked too because
I just saw that you guys were all friends with him, so I'm like, oh,
I'm
okay.
like, I need to block this guy.
No, he was weird.
This is absolutely a thing, guys, now that people know about Beachbody and they just friend random chicks. Like
like 10 of us. It was crazy between our team and then like team members of other people on our team. And so I was just like, oh, whatever. He's friends with 10 of them. I'm sure I'll add him. And then I couldn't get rid of him. So now my husband keeps calling me babe because that's what he called me. So he's got all these things he's sending me. Back with him. He was crazy.
You like block him and unfriend him?
Yeah, I wrote Jackie and I'm like, who is this guy?
I don't know. He won't stop writing to me.
It's weird.
Yeah, I've gotten a lot of weird requests lately. And I saw on Colleen Eddy had said in one of our leadership pages that she just stopped accepting men, and I might just stop accepting them too, because to be honest, it's really rare for guys to even do much with this business. And, you know, this all goes to like attracting your brand and, you know, really, who do you want to be working with? Do you want to be working with people like you? I mean, I'm not saying like don't ever sign a man on, but like definitely don't accept people that are like too.
Your husband, sign them on.
Yeah, absolutely, sign them on. But I mean, I've had guys that actually didn't seem creepy, like they're married and they were like this guy I've been talking to. He said his wife and him are both interested, but then like he's kind of beating around the bush. So now I think it's kind of not right. I don't know. But definitely don't put yourself in a situation where you feel uncomfortable. You can always block someone if you don't know how to do that. I'm happy to show you because I love blocking people. So I actually showed this is way off topic, but I told my boyfriend how to block someone from Match.com on our first date because that's how we met. And he was like, wait, what? I was like, yeah. I figure this stuff out. But anyways, I love you guys, and it's always so great to jump on with you and talk with you and see your faces. So thank you so much, and thank you, Jackie, again.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.